Alright, welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are doing well. Today we have a subscriber story submitted about a weird TikTok girl. At this point, it doesn't surprise me, TikTok is TikTok. But anyways, I don't want to spoil it, so yeah, without further ado, let's get into the story. So for the video, we're going to call the subscriber Michael. Now, Michael was in 8th grade at the time, and at his school, there was this one girl who basically was apparently clouded up on TikTok, I guess. She had about a couple thousand followers, that's it. And everybody thought like she was the shit because she had one video go viral, which in the grand scheme of things, it's not very difficult to get a couple thousand followers on TikTok. But despite that, she still thought that she was all that in a bag of chips and was basically flexing that to everybody in the school. Like, this girl was acting like she reinvented the fucking wheel, bro, but all she really did was get a couple thousand followers on TikTok. And now Michael starts to pick up on the fact that this girl's like flexing or whatever, and he just starts to get really annoyed with her. Like, he talks to his friends about like, damn, bro, like this girl's fucking, I fucking hate this girl, bro. She's mad annoying. Like, every time like he was on Xbox with his friends and shit, they would just make fun of her all the time, right? And one day she ended up going up to Michael and talking about like her TikTok stuff. She knew that Michael was like interested in that type of stuff, and she was just talking to him on and on about the TikTok. And yeah, his friends on Xbox that night were making jokes like, bro, she wants you, like, trust me, bro, like, nah, you got that unspoken. They were just making jokes like that. They really did not think anything of this. They thought that this girl was just like, I don't know, talking to him casually and just flexing a little bit. But as the year went on, holy fuck, it got way worse. This girl started to go up to him and talk to him every single day. Michael was showing signs that, you know, he didn't really vibe with her that much, but I guess she just didn't get it. Whenever she would talk about like a new video that she posted or whatever, like, he was just completely uninterested and didn't even want to hear about it. But she still talked about it with him. But one day, things started to turn around for the worse. Okay, so at this point in the year, it was Valentine's Day, of course. Of course it had to be on Valentine's Day. So he goes up to his locker, like in the hallway, right? He opens it, and he finds like some kind of love letter in the locker, and he's like, what the hell is this? He opens it, and it's like, dear Michael, we should be Valentines. Then he saw like a tiny heart-shaped box in the card, and then he kept reading, and it said, we could share these chocolates, or we could share each other, from a TikTok girl. I don't know, I didn't give her a name. And he's like, of course it was from TikTok girl, of course it was. Like, I think my friends actually like jinxed me. I don't know what the hell's going on. So yeah, Michael was starting to get a little bit worried. He was like, shit, bro, I think this girl might be on some like crazy stalker type shit. I don't even know. And of course Michael was right. Now, he didn't really share like any of his social medias and things like that, right? He was a pretty low-key person on social media. I mean, he didn't really go crazy with it. He would just post on Instagram like every blue moon. I mean, that's kind of like what I do, but he would never post on like his Snapchat story and things like that. Yet this girl somehow got all of his socials and started messaging him. He checked his message requests on Instagram, and yeah, there was a bunch from this girl. Hi, Michael. Did you get my Valentine? I think it would be a really good idea that you know, we be together, right? Like, we're soul tied, Michael. This is it right here. I think I found my true love. And of course, Michael was not feeling that, even though this girl was basically spamming him about like how they were meant to be together, and that God just decided to spawn Michael in, and there it was, man. There was the true love of the century. And of course, Michael decided to message her back and just be like, look, you know, I'm just not really interested. I'm not feeling it, you know, but it's cool. We could be friends or whatever. I don't mind. But, you know, I just personally think, you know, you're not really my type, you know, nothing against you. That's just how I feel. Now he did not have to choose to be friends with her, right? Like, he thought like, okay, I think I'm kind of pushing it a little bit too much by saying that we should be friends. Like, he didn't really even like her, bro. Like, he just thought she was really annoying. And then this girl just pops out of the cut and says, Michael, what do you mean? This is it right here. God brought us together. And Michael was like mad confused. He's like, what? Like, I literally just rejected her. Like, does she not know how this works? Like, I don't even know, bro. But then this is when the hardcore stalking began. So Michael was just walking around the hallway one day, right? And then he just noticed, just out of the blue, TikTok girl literally just spawned in and was just following him around. Like, when he was just with his friends. He was like, what the hell? Why did she just spawn in? That is crazy. At this point, Michael started to get scared because he's like, I don't know what this girl is capable of. And to be honest with you, I don't want to find out. He didn't want her to like find out all this shit about him, like where he lives and stuff like that. And just like if he got his personal information, it's wraps. So he was like, I gotta make sure this girl's like not following me home and shit. Like I'm not trying to be creeped on by this girl. And then eventually he gets a message from this girl like kind of asking for a second chance, I guess. I don't know. And he's like, obviously he's like, no. And he doesn't even message her back. He just airs it. Because I mean, at some point you gotta get the memo. Like there's no way this girl's just not getting the memo. And then all of a sudden, a few hours later, he gets a message that says, if you don't give me a second chance, I'll be at your house. And he's like, oh, nah, bro. What? Is this girl actually gonna fucking pull up to my crib? Nah, there is no way. So when he gets home from school that day, he's like, shit, man, I'm locking my doors tonight. I'm not trying to risk anything. And now Michael, like, goes to get on the bus, right? And, he doesn't notice, like, this girl, like, get on the bus at all. I guess she might have just been spawn camping on the bus, like, before anybody got there. She probably figured out, like, what bus Michael takes, and then is just gonna fucking pop out the cut, like, when he gets off the bus. And that is exactly what she did. When Michael gets off the bus, this girl literally just followed him. And then Michael's like, what the hell are you doing? And she's like, Michael, listen, you need to give me a second chance. I talked to God last night, and I did a card reading, or I don't even know what those are called, but whatever. She did one of those little card readings. That's the whole point of it. She did a card reading, apparently. And Michael, that means we need to be together. The stars say we need to be together. God says we need to be together. This is it, Michael. And Michael's like, look, we are in 8th grade right now, bro. 8th grade, like goddamn, we barely know anything about life, and we can't even log on the Club Penguin by ourselves, bro. We still need our parents' permission. And she's like, Michael, I'm warning you. This is it right here. This is your final chance. Final chance for what? What the hell is that supposed to mean? I guess she was like honestly planning something behind the scenes that Michael was just like completely unaware of. I don't know. I mean, I guess she had this entire master plan already mapped out. But anyways, Michael goes to school the next day, and he's kind of on edge because of what the hell she just said. Now Michael goes to lunch, and of course he's sitting down eating like a bologna sandwich or something, right? And just out of nowhere, he hears somebody on the mic. Somebody with a familiar voice. Now, there was like a stage and a mic like in his cafeteria. And like, I don't know why, but it was just sitting up there the entire time. So I guess that gave this girl free reign to just go grab the mic. And apparently this girl just decided to start saying shit like, Michael did this in like his childhood, or Michael peed his pants in the 5th grade or something. Like she was spilling shit about Michael that just wasn't true. And of course, like some of the cafeteria was confused, and some of the people in the cafeteria were laughing because, well, I don't know. Some people actually believed what she was saying. And I mean, a lot of the people in the cafeteria knew it was bullshit. Like, of course, his friends knew because, well, they know the Michael lore. So obviously there's not going to be any confusion there. But some people were making fun of Michael for quote unquote peeing his pants in the 5th grade, and I don't know, doing other quote unquote embarrassing things in school. And he was like, wow, bro, that was cold. And he was like, I didn't even like, what the fuck? Like, I literally just rejected her, and now she's just like going on stage lying about me that I'm secretly a furry and I pissed myself in the 5th grade. Like, god damn it, really? And now Michael obviously gets questioned by a bunch of people all day. Bro, are you actually a furry? Bro, did you actually pee yourself in the 5th grade? Like, no! Like, goddamn, it's not that difficult to realize, maybe she's lying. But nobody could just get the hint. It was insane. Like, she had absolutely no proof of this, but yet some people still believed her, which is crazy. But anyways, Michael decided, you know what, bro? I'm gonna cook up a revenge plan, because this is really annoying. Like, I don't want to go back and forth with this TikTok girl, but I just can't get violated like that and let it slide. So what he decided to do was he decided to try and get her TikTok account banned, because he knew that's what, like, was the truest thing to her. She was like, oh my God, if I'd ever lose my TikTok account, I don't know what I would do. Like, she would always freak out about, like, if she were to lose her TikTok. That was basically everything to her, bro. Like, she had absolutely nothing else in her life. Now, this girl posted a video that was slightly, yeah, it was a weird ass video. I'm gonna mass report the video and just hope that TikTok bans her account. Now, I don't even know what the age is to be using TikTok, but I don't even know if this girl was old enough, bro. He got her account banned, and oh my God, she was freaking out. She was like, no, my TikTok. Whatever will I do without my TikTok? She was mauling at school the next day, bro. And Michael, oh my God, he had the most devious look on his face. He was like, yeah, bro, I was behind that shit. Michael and all of his friends were smoking that pack because holy shit, that was the greatest revenge plan they could have ever came up with. But unfortunately, this girl knew Michael was behind it because, well, she just, quote unquote, embarrassed him in front of the whole school. And all day when their account was banned, she was like asking around, like asking like for possible suspects and things like that. And of course, she landed on Michael. And she went up to Michael and was like, Michael, did you get my TikTok account banned? And he was like, no. What makes you think that? It just seemed like you were really mad that I leaked your biggest secrets in front of the entire grade. And Michael was like, you know what? I did it. And what are you gonna do about it? Nothing. You are not getting that account back. Good riddance. And she was like, well, actually, I can reach out to my TikTok support group and they can get it back. That's not happening, bro. You have like 3,000 followers. They are not going to fucking break their backs to try to get your account back. And especially if you're posting weird ass videos, bro. No, like they're not even gonna try to get you back. Michael was smoking that pack. He was like, let's go, man. I'm winning in life right now. This is it. It's over. Like the war's over. And then he goes home. And, you know, he plays Xbox with his friends. He was just laughing about it all day. And then he goes to sleep. And then he hears a knock on his window. Now, he had like a house where it was just the first floor. He hears a knock at his window at like about 12 at night. And he's like, what the fuck was that? Like, he was like literally right about to go to sleep. Like, he was watching YouTube or something. And then he sees like her shadow like in his room. And he turns around and he's like, what the fuck? Like, he was startled, bro. And he like opens the window. He's like, what the fuck are you doing here? Obviously, he didn't open it all the way, but he opened it a crack. And he's like, what the hell? Like, why are you at my house at midnight? She was like, you know, I was just thinking about what you did. And I left you a little present in the front yard. The front yard? What? So he's like, at this point, he's like, I'm just going to close the window and just like peek through the front door and see what happened. So he goes to the front of the house, right? And he sees that shit got fucking TP'd by this girl and her friends. He was like, nah, bro, what the fuck? Why did this bitch just TP my house? That is insane. So this girl was so heated that her TikTok account got banned, she decided to vandalize his property. And when he saw this, he ran upstairs and woke up his parents. He was like, Mom, there is this crazy bitch from my school who literally just TP'd my house. Call the cops, like, right now. Michael, at this point, he's like, you know what? I'll just fucking clean it up. I'm not mad about the house. I just want a fucking restraining order on this girl because she is crazy. She literally just lied about me at school in front of the entire grade. She's been stalking me for a long time. She said, like, God needs to make us be together. He, like, spills the entire story to his parents and was just fucking freaking out. So his parents call the cops, and basically he gets a restraining order on this girl, and she has to stay like a certain distance from Michael at school. But the funniest part, though, the next day, the cops literally made her like go back to Michael's house and like clean up the toilet paper that she just fucking left in his front yard. So yeah, Michael was literally just like fucking drinking a glass of lemonade or some shit, like as he was watching this all unfold. He was like, hey, you know, I just hope you're having a wonderful time cleaning that up. And oh my God, she was so fucking pissed. But of course, Michael had to snitch. Like, dude, that's just so fucked up. Like, if someone just pulls up to your crib and just TPs your house. Like, that is just ridiculous, bro. But for the rest of the year, whenever Michael would see this girl, she would literally just glare at him. Like, every time she saw him, right? And of course, sometimes he would, like, pretend to be, like, super kind to her to just, like, get under her skin. Like, hi, TikTok girl, how's it going? Hope you're having a great day. And of course, she was that got her even more mad. And Michael never had to deal with her again because they are going to different high schools. But yeah, that's the story. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Comment TikTok if you made this far, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.